98.3 Nash Icon. Hello.
Hey, is this Chris?
It is Chris.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Jason Aldean.
Jason Aldean, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. What's going on, man?
Hey, I'm just kind of enjoying a little downtime. I've been off the road since about the 1st of October, so I've been just kind of just hanging out and enjoying some downtime and getting ready to kick the tour back off here in a couple months.
Yeah, man, kicking the tour off, and you'll be right here in Toledo at the Huntington Center April the 27th, and looking forward to it. Watching some football over your break, Jason?
Yeah, I actually just got back from the national championship game. We went down to see Alabama and Clemson, and my wife has graduated from Alabama, so she's a big Alabama fan, and so I took her down there and to watch the game. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out the way she would have liked for it to, but it was fun. It was a cool trip down there and a great game, and it was a cool one to be at for sure.
Oh, I'm sure Alabama was 1 second away from taking another championship, man. She just had to be heartbroken.
Yeah, I mean, it's, but I try to tell her I'm a Georgia fan. We haven't won a national championship since 1980. So, it's when you're an Alabama fan, it's hard for people to feel sorry for you because they are, they've done something pretty special here over the last 10 years or so. I mean, they got a ton of championships, and it was, and again, I mean, they were one drive away from getting another one. So, I mean, it was crazy, but I was glad we win. It was a great game.
Yeah, it was a great game, and I was a little tired afterwards. I stayed up all night to watch it. Hey, you got a big doings going on in May, Jason. An exhibit opening up at the Country Music Hall of Fame. Good for you, man.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I'm excited about it. It's the Hall of Fame. I mean, that's just such a cool place. I think that's somewhere that all of us as country singers and country artists. I mean, you kind of hope that one day you'll be in there with the best of the best in there at some point. When our careers are coming to an end or over, and so I think anytime you can get in there in any capacity, I think is pretty amazing, man. So we've had some people that have come out and kind of gone through all my stuff that I've gotten over the years, and I mean, everything from clothes that I've worn, on album covers and shows to awards to different things, and so they've been getting all that stuff and kind of getting it all together and seeing what they want to take and put in this exhibit. So I haven't seen it. I have no idea what it looks like either, but I'm excited, man. I think it's going to be really cool and obviously a big honor for me. So I'm excited to check it out.
Good for you. A lot of big names have had exhibits there. And what's your favorite item that might be displayed at your exhibit? Do you have one?
I don't know. I mean, I do know they've taken some awards and things like that, which to me are I don't know. Those are pretty valuable pieces of metal or whatever you want to call them.
Some hardware, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Those awards, I think for us, I mean, anytime we get one of those, it's that's a pretty special thing, and so I know they had my Entertainer of the Year trophy, that some different stuff like that I just to me are priceless. So and there's some cool stuff, like I said. I mean, there's clothes they were pulling out and things that I've worn over the years that I'd forgotten that were in there, and so they pulled a lot of that stuff out that I think is going to be a cool thing to go and see, and it kind of it's sort of a rundown of the last 10, 11 years of my career and things like that. So I think it'll be cool. It'll be cool for me to go see it. Hopefully,
right.
Hopefully everybody else feels the same way.
Yeah, I'll be down there at some point to see it. And you are collecting the hardware after 10 or 11 years. You've had a great career so far, man. What's been a highlight? I know there's been so many, but there's got to be a highlight in there somewhere. Your favorite highlight?
As far as awards and things like that, or just highlight of my career in general?
Well, even both. You've gotten some good pieces of hardware over the years.
Yeah, I mean, I think you know, it's crazy. I
Tough
mean,
question. It probably is.
the
Yeah.
first one that I ever won was the top new male artist in '06. I won at the ACMs, and that was the first award I ever won of any kind. And I think for me that was sort of I don't know. For me, it was just sort of an acceptance into the business because I was a new artist and really, at that point, I mean, you got one or two songs out and you really don't know how your career is going to go at that point and how long you're going to be around or any of that stuff. And to get, that award that early in my career kind of, I don't know, that was a big deal for me. And just, and I think, I don't know that I don't know how to explain that one. I mean, it was just kind of the one that said welcome to the club kind of, and then winning the Entertainer of the Year this year was another goal that I'd set for myself. I wanted to get that once, and 10 years into my career or whatever, I got that one. So 10 years after I won the New Artist Award that I was talking about, 10 years later I won the Entertainer. So that one was another big one. I mean, those are the two, I think, award-wise that are probably the two highlights for me. And then, as far as highlights of my career, I mean, different things we've done. I mean, I don't know, man, there's a ton of things that I could sit here and rattle off, but award-wise, I'd say those are the two.
Collecting the hardware left and right, Jason. Talking with Jason Aldean, April 27th at the Huntington Center. He will be there live. Get ready. The carpool karaoke thing with you and your wife Brittany. Whose idea was that, Jace? Was that yours or hers?
I'll give you one guess. It was. I have to give her credit for that. That's her idea. And it actually kind of the way it came about was we were just in the car one day riding around and she was like she had the idea of just like getting in the car and filming some of this stuff and just just kind of us doing what we do in the car. And so, and I really didn't even know what she was going to do with it. She just wanted to film it. So we got home and we filmed it was like for 15 or 20 minutes we filmed all this stuff, and all I did was take her phone and just stick it up on the dashboard and film it. And we got home and she edited it down into like a minute. And she asked me what I thought. I was like, yeah, it's pretty funny, whatever. And then she posted it and it got more comments and more likes and all this stuff than pretty much anything, that she had ever posted. And so I was like, she was like, people are loving this thing. So then it turned into us doing another one a couple weeks later. And so it just kind of went from there. But it's funny because we'll film that stuff for 15 minutes and then we'll use it's kind of like a highlight reel of the 15 minutes.
Right.
Is sort of what it is. But it's been fun to do, and people seem to like it. So it's that's us, man. What you see is what you get.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I laughed for probably about 20 minutes afterwards. Showed it to my coworkers. They're like, that is so funny. Loved every minute of it. Jason, how about the new single, man? I'm loving that too.
Yeah, Any Old Barstool. Really, really cool song, man. I'm glad we got to single this one off the record, and it's written by Josh Thompson, who had a deal there for a while and had a couple hits, and but just great songwriter, man. One of my favorite songwriters in town, and we got the song from him, and it just to me gave me a chance to go back and sort of tap into my more traditional roots, more my traditional country music roots that I grew up on. A lot of times they're kind of known for coming out with the big, up-tempo rockers and things like Lights Come On and My Kind of Party and those kind of things. So to have a song like Any Old Barstool gives me a chance to go back and really, do something that's a little more hardcore country. To me, is cool. It's been a while since we've had a song like that. Maybe since The Truth. So I'm excited, man. It's sort of a different sounding record, I think, for us than we tend to put out as singles. We always have those kind of things on the albums, but we don't always single those things. So to have that kind of song out to me is cool. I think it's a really well written song and one of my favorites on the album, man. So I'm glad it's doing well.
April 27th at the Huntington Center. Jason Aldean live, and we cannot wait for the show. Jason, it's been an honor, my friend.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Will I see you next month at CRS?
Yeah, I think we'll be there at CRS, and then see you guys there in April.
That sounds good. I'll see you next month in Nashville, my friend.
All right, bud. I appreciate it, man.
Jason, thank you so much. Take care, my friend.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks, Jason.